Stream. All right, everyone. Was everyone okay? Everyone good? Everyone good? Everyone safe? Everyone? Chico, if you can hear me, clap once. Oh, he can't clap. He has a broken hand. So messed up with me. I can't hear you though. No, so I see that your microphone is on the StreamYard is.
What about now, brother?
Oh, I can hear you now.
We got it fixed. We made it happen.
Yes, if you turn on your microphone, usually that'll produce sound.
Look, listen, we're like the Dolphins right now. We're making things, we're trying new things, we're trying to see if it works.
Come on, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. The game ended 2 freaking hours ago.
2 hours ago.
And
I've been holding this in my chest for 2 hours.
We've decided right now is a good time. No, because sometimes you don't want to talk about it. You need to take a lap around the block. You need to smoke a cigarette or two, or a couple other things. Maybe have a beer or two, and then really digest what the hell we just witnessed. Because
we witnessed an attempt. We witnessed that attempt, and that's what we saw.
Was it. It was an attempt.
That's the word I can use. An attempt. Quinn Ewers, you're still invited to my wedding. I'm not gonna be backward. I'm not gonna uninvite you. I'm still impressed, but come on, Drake. The excellence of Drake.
Yeah, and this is not Aubrey Graham that we're referring to this time.
No.
The boy out in Boston, in Foxborough to be exact. Drake May had an amazing game. Ramondre Stevenson had an amazing game.
Yeah.
I have just an abysmal couple of stats about today's game that we will review, but I just want to set up and at the very least get everybody acclimated to what the hell is going on today. We are here on Game Day Uncensored. Usually you got Dan Day here, but Dan Day, he decided to enjoy the Pelicans game today, right?
He deserves it. Let's talk. You want to talk about stats? Let's talk about Dan Day's stats. That guy has not missed a game in the last 5 years. Shows up 40 plus hours. He's honestly probably the MVP of the league this year, Dan Day.
And you know what? For the third year in a row, he leads the league in handsome.
Yeah, so, Dan, if you're listening, we love you in here, brother.
Dan Day has a well-deserved day off as he's enjoying the Pels.
How about that Heat game real quick?
Unfortunately for him, did not go well. But very fortunate for us. That's 5 out of the last 6 for the Miami Heat. They dominated at home. Brittany returned and brought
shout out to Brittany, man. She just saved me from a train wreck a minute ago.
Yeah, she does that. She is a conductor of sorts.
Speaking of MVPs, somebody should highlight Brittany.
Yes. On her return to the board, the Miami Heat were victorious against the New Orleans Pelicans. And on the other side, the Florida Panthers were victorious against the number 1 team in the NHL, the Colorado Avalanche.
Meow.
So the Gatos doing what they need to do.
I was trying to sneak up on Solana. Shout out to Solana. I think he's listening right now. They were at the game the other day where the Panthers played at Lone Depot Stadium, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just pull up on these guys. I'm gonna show up. I looked on I'm not gonna say the name of the website, but I looked for some tickets to get into the stadium.
Now I want to know
cheapest ticket. Guess, Marcos.
Cheapest ticket to the Winter Classic. You're referring to?
Yeah, cheapest ticket.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Over under 500.
$47.
I wish $537 for the cheapest possible ticket, and the game had already started.
You know what's good about that, though? I did see the Winter Classic and the way they had the field set up. You probably were better off buying the cheapest tickets because the closer you were to the actual thing, the further you were from the ice. It was crazy.
And have you been to Lone Depot Stadium recently?
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Shout out to everybody at Lone Depot. I love Lone Depot. I've been going to Marlins games my whole life. I know we're not talking Marlins, but I love that stadium. I love that it's in Little Havana, and they have such a nice staff. Shout out to everybody that works out there. They always treated me with respect.
Yes, my favorite part is the no blocky. That's how you park. If you're doing anything other than
blocky, how about special teams? The Dolphins.
Wow. 2 weeks in a row.
How about it?
Yeah, last week it was a rookie. His name escapes me from now. I apologize. I'll make sure I get it. But I think today Zach Sealer got his hand on one, if I'm not mistaken.
I have a broken hand, and I was fist pumping in the production studio. We had a chance halfway through that game. We weren't completely out, and we were dealing with one of the better, with one of the best teams in the NFL. If I'm correct, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fair to say. Everyone in this room agrees. So, to have an expectation of him to have viewers to have a crazy game. You know, I'm a realist Dolphins fan. I'm just excited to see those guys having fun. A lot of those guys were smiling despite the loss. Yeah, we saw the kicker come in and get a tackle at one point, I believe.
Oh yes, yes, I did see
You know,
that.
so it's fun to see that, and it's fun to like not be worried about Mike McDaniels or Tua or this or that, and have that a little bit behind us, and kind of just get a glimpse of some grown men having fun playing football.
Do we have any NFL music in the system?
I have John Cena queued up. That's what, but I'll find some
John
NFL music.
Cena.
I'm a
I think if
wrestling
you
nerd.
search NFL music, no, trust me, I listed John Cena's heel turn in retirement as one of the top 10 moments of 2025. So I totally get it.
I mentioned it. I gotta play it for a second.
All right, let's do it.
I gotta do it. Can't see me, big dog.
That's right.
You know, we still got a chance next year. But yeah, no. I wish I couldn't see the record right now. Should Mike McDaniel go full heel and just start going crazy and like just say that he's had enough and pull a Tim Tebow and promise us that he's never going to lose a game again?
You know what? You play John Cena's music and it makes you want to list a bunch of things that I don't want to see. As John Cena is known for, you can't see me. You know what I don't want to see next year?
What?
Mike McDaniel.
Man, I've been swaying back and forth, man. I feel like he's had a fair chance, and then I feel like he hasn't had a fair chance, and then he did go out and put his neck on the line for Tua, and then his Tua got chopped. So that means if you're my boy and I put you on and I'm on the line for you and you get chopped, well, guess who's getting chopped too? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. I'd never want to call for somebody's job. That's one thing. Like an athlete, man. That's one thing. They're already making a bunch of money. If their time to go is to go, then to go. But when you're talking about
can I hear that again one more time? What was those wise words?
When it's your time to go, or to go, to go, and to go, and take it to go, and to go, and go, and go with it.
Sometimes you gotta take it to go.
When you talk about management, when you're talking about coaches, and sometimes they do have their hands tied. They did have the McGreer. What's this guy's name? I'm trying to forget
McGreer? Yeah, he should be McGreer because the way that he was putting together this team is he was taking pieces off of the dollar menu and putting it together, trying to serve it to me as if it was gourmet. But Chris Greer, who was fired earlier this year, spent 25 years putting this team or a part of this team's mediocrity, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, next to there should be a picture of this dude next to in the dictionary. I'm sorry, I'm fumbled right now, guys.
Just mediocre.
Yeah, mediocre. I'm just a word that's not in my vocabulary. It's hard for me to say. So I'm stumbling.
How do you like your steak?
Blue.
Blue.
No, I'm just kidding. Medium rare.
Pittsburgh blue. Some people get that, bro, and that's like,
I've had it. Depends where I'm at, man. It really depends where I'm at.
That's nice. Yeah, I don't eat at fancy enough places unless.
Tell you, tuna tartare. I had dolphin tartare right about now.
Yeah, so did the Patriots. Unfortunately, it was not a good output. A couple stats for you to know: the Patriots, 14-3, are officially the AFC's number 2 seed after beating the Dolphins, who, believe it or not, at a certain point in the season, what were they, like 1-6, to go 7-10?
Yeah.
Some may say, hey, he turned it around, but others may say too little, too late. Ramondre Stevenson probably upset from the Ohio State Buckeyes' most recent loss to the Miami Hurricanes, decided to take out his frustrations on the Miami Dolphins. He had 131 rushing yards, but get this, on only 7 carries.
Oh God, have yourself a day, huh?
That's like, let's divide that real quick. 131 divided by 7. Go. You got 5 seconds. 5.
Yeah, right.
4, 3, 2.
30,
a lot.
35.
That's good enough for me.
70s, 140, then 280. What was the number? What are you trying to get?
131.
131. So 70s by 2 is 140.
Carry the 1.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. He had a great game.
There you go.
He did a lot with a little.
Drake May had 14 of 18, 191 yards, and a couple key plays. Look, they used to make fun of me every time I would say that Tua wasn't mobile enough. Yes, they used to make fun of me for that specific reason. I'm like, Tua's not mobile enough. And they're like, you think that's what it takes to be a good quarterback? I don't necessarily need him to be Michael Vick, but you see it in every successful quarterback right now. A little bit of mobility goes a long way. Remember that.
Yeah.
A little bit of mobility goes a long way.
Absolutely. I mean, you know what? I was going to say something witty, but it just hurts to be a Dolphins fan. A little mobility does go a long way. And we need a young quarterback. I think it's actually getting realistic now that we're getting from the Ravens.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson
Lamar
actually
Jackson?
had an opportunity to downplay the rumors, and unfortunately, he did. His most recent press conference before playing for the AFC North title against the Steelers, which he is currently doing.
Was it a
Uh,
move? Is he just trying to make more money?
he reinstated multiple times that he's going to go back to the Ravens, and I really don't see a reason for him to leave now. But
Yeah, same.
whatever. A boy
Other than
can
the
dream.
weather and that this is
Yeah, but
home.
like Jesus Christ, how much are we gonna make of a big thing of like, oh yeah, he's gonna give up every success that he's had
Yeah,
because
to
it's a
come join a
little
circus right
chilly?
now, a rebuilding team. I agree. Yeah, that's wishful thinking.
Yeah, and he's like, but it's a little chilly. Maybe I should consider it. Nah, I just don't.
Hey,
I
listen,
just don't
man,
see it.
you ever live
Although
in
I
the
am going
snow?
to Baltimore soon. Oh,
You?
bro. Well, see, yeah, I'm going to Baltimore January 22nd. I was there last year, and it was at feels like -3.
Oh,
And I
yeah,
don't care what it
feels like
actually is. If it feels like it, isn't that it?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. Look, I'm a Miami guy, born and raised. I own 2 sweaters. I lost one of them. I have no business being in the snow. But one of my first
Mhm.
scholarships, and when I say first, I had many scholarships because I went around everywhere. It's
You go,
was
boy.
in Boston, big dog. I got a scholarship to go to a school in Boston, NAIA, and I was not ready. I didn't even know what earmuffs were. I didn't
Ah,
know that I didn't know your
rookie
ears
move.
can hurt like that.
Rookie move.
Yeah, it's bad. By the way, anybody who's in Miami, from Miami, born and raised, never seen the snow, look, don't if anybody tells you, "Let's have a snowball fight," it's all fun and games until you can't feel your hands. Put some damn gloves on. All right, put some damn gloves on because it sucks. And I know that earmuffs sound kind of like soft. Real men
Nah,
don't use
bro.
umbrellas. Yeah, go buy some earmuffs. And that
Yeah,
that would make me come to Miami if I was stuck in that kind of.
that's fair. Well, it's halftime of the game. 10-3 for Lamar Jackson, the Baltimore Ravens, with an opportunity to win the AFC North and grab that last playoff spot. We're gonna take a break, and when we come back, I want to hear from the city. All right. I want you guys to line it up 305-567-0560. Let's get people lined up. But in addition to that, there's one man that represents the city.
Yes,
There's a
sir.
man who has an opinion that I'm sure is shared with a lot of fellow South
I
Floridians.
found him
So
wandering downstairs here. I found him wandering downstairs, and I'm like, "Holy,
that's
look
fair.
who it is." I say his name, right? We got comedian Mario Ramil on the show today.
Indeed. That's right.
Came
We
up, he's
got our
gonna
boy
talk about.
Mario Mill. He's giving himself a standing ovation.
I wish
Very
I had that kind of
strange. No one
confidence.
can see it. He's backstage. This is weird. This is
Yeah,
equivalent
he's
to screaming
super
in the
happy
green
about
room.
himself. He really loves
I can
himself.
see it. No one else can. This is
Where
amazing.
do they sell this kind of confidence? I
Love
need it.
this.
All right,
Anyway,
we're going to commercials, right?
we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back on Game Day Uncensored, the post game show, Mario Ramil and the Pulse of Miami. The Miami Dolphins are done. What does Miami have to say about it? Find out next.
Let's go. We're back, guys. What up? Game Day Uncensored. My Marcos is on his way back right now.
Welcome back.
There he is. There he is. I hear you.
Welcome back to Game Day Uncensored on FM 104.3 WQAM.
Trying.
We
like
are
the Dolphins right now.
We are doing our best Dolphins impression today as we carry on the tradition of mediocrity. Yet another season, 7-9. Unfortunately, for a number of times that I have lost count. Whether it's they added another game, another opportunity for the Miami Dolphins. I'm sorry, they're 7-10. Another opportunity for the Miami Dolphins to middle somewhere in the middle. With that being said, the pulse of Miami needs to be heard from. So we have none other than local comedian, a local musician, the man himself. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our boy Mario Ramil.
Yes,
big dog. Talking to the mic, big dog.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Check. 1 2 1
There,
2.
there we are. We got
You
you.
got me.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen, for having me in the spirit of the Dolphins. I'm gonna come in like Tua with a lot of enthusiasm, but I probably won't do much.
Right, yes. Yeah. Underwhelming. Boom,
That's-
boom, boom, boom,
And the
boom.
crowd goes mild.
Yes.
Mario,
How are you,
who
boys, man? Thank you
who
for
are
having
there?
me.
Of course. Who are you there with today, bro?
I got a few. I got my bodyguard with me.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
travel alone these days.
All right.
He's big, dog. I'm not gonna lie. He's a big dude.
Yeah, I got a few people with me. Some people I can't even. They
Oh.
can't be reported.
Ah, no, we're
Understand.
safe here. We got security, I think,
Okay.
downstairs.
Yeah. No, we're not safe. I will snitch. I will snitch if I see a guy with any sort of reason as to why he shouldn't be there. I will call the police.
Okay, well,
Oh.
the cameras are pointed this way, so we should be
Okay,
good.
we're all good. We're all good.
Well, Mario, growing up in Miami, I see you got a green hat on right now.
Yeah.
You're a diehard South Florida sports team guy.
Oh my God.
Are you used to this disappointment?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Growing up, actually, not really, bro, because my grandfather was a huge Marlins fan,
Okay.
Mm.
and so we had a good streak there until Hasinga
Ah.
started sending everybody out. But yeah, we liked the Marlins growing up. My grandmother was a big Marlins fan, so we had a good streak. But yeah, bro, I'm more of a cricket guy.
Oh yes.
Exactly.
It's high alive. We're a little bit like we like the high alive stuff.
I like a good sized banana.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a gambler. The only reason I know it. Wait, what?
What was that?
Whatever.
Oh, the thing that they
Yeah,
use.
yeah.
Oh
like banana hammock or
Yeah.
whatever. What's that called?
By the way,
that
the physics on
really?
that is amazing
The what?
because it just kind of does like but somehow they throw it straight.
Yeah.
What
I
sound
was
does that
wondering
make?
what one of those guys with a baseball would do. Like how hard can those guys throw a baseball?
I think they could probably kill you.
Probably.
You
If they
think so?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. That
Okay.
thing goes like 100 miles an hour.
Okay. How about
Well, maybe
this?
the Marlins should start picking up guys from the highlight. Jesus.
That would fill up the stadium.
Yo,
for
I'd
sure.
watch that movie.
100 highlight players or one gorilla. Who's winning?
100
Bro,
highlight.
I don't
players.
think gorillas are as tough as people are making them out to be, bro.
Let's not
Bro.
do this.
I think
Jesus.
I think everyone in this room right now, plus you two dudes,
Yes.
against a like a little bit of a sick gorilla.
Look,
Sick.
listen,
Yeah,
bro.
he's sickly.
One of
Sickly
you,
for sure.
one of you is bait, and the rest of us are gouging eyes out, poking with sticks, creating slingshots.
I mean, their anatomy's still the same. So a nice
Yeah,
swift
that's
kick to
true.
gorilla genitals.
it's gotta hurt.
It gotta hurt.
Mm.
You know when we have like nets,
They might
ropes.
go hung.
You know what? You know what we actually have is a chance. Unlike the Dolphins, who today, 10-7, ending the season.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Ewers? Have you heard any of the hype about Ewers? I invited him to my wedding, by the way. He's the new quarterback.
Yeah, that's
third
true.
string guy.
Yeah, Quinn Ewers.
I
White
would
guy.
love to perform at your wedding.
For real?
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Are you gonna you mean perform music? You gonna
Um,
sing a little bit?
no,
Hey,
like
listen, he's
almost
a
like a
man of-
Benihana kind of thing.
Oh yeah, I'm
Wow.
down. As long as you throw the shrimp in my face. Like, well, I'm allergic. Let's
What
go.
are
with
we
the steak.
even talking about with
Wait,
this?
I'm sorry.
Hey, speaking of shrimp and sea animals, what about them dolphins, huh?
Yeah, so the
Oh,
Dolphins
yeah.
started
There you
seven
go.
this
Hey,
season.
this guy's good.
Around.
This
No,
is good.
but
This guy on
last
radio.
week I invited Quentin Ewers to my wedding. A bunch of people tagged him on the Instagram, on YouTube, and
Any
you know,
response?
I absolutely not. He thinks I'm insane.
Heard.
What did you invite?
Quinn Ewers, the guy,
Yeah.
he's a quarterback. That
Mario
replaced
has
him.
no idea who Quinn Ewers is. I've
Dude.
come to that conclusion.
The most the most I've participated in sports was 1997 Mylander box ball champion. You're looking at right here.
Box ball.
That's right.
Mylander Park.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yo, the first place I
Not
learned to do
nice.
karate was in the shopping center in Mylander Park.
In the
I'm
parking
not,
lot.
I'm not going to talk to you nice. That's
I'm
shame.
sorry.
That is not an accomplishment. I don't think that's an
No.
accomplishment.
Dude,
Shout out Hialeah.
never hit one line. Never hit one line.
No, look, my
It
hands
was
broke. It didn't work well.
29 years ago. 29 years ago. I don't think that's worth talking
Being
about
nice.
anymore at this point.
You're being nice.
I mean, so we got statute of limitations on accomplishments.
I'm just saying. I mean, look, you remind me of the Dolphins fans who are like, "All right, we need Marino. Marino's not coming back, though. Marino's not walking through that door anymore.
But if he did, you think
it would
he'd
fill
put
the
up a good
seats.
fight?
I'd hope he dialed
Right
it up.
now,
If he waddles out there
yeah,
with his arthritis and his bad knees,
yeah,
Does
it
he
would look
sponsor
equal to today.
No,
I'm
that's
not gonna lie to you.
Look, listen, I'd watch that game. I'd pay for that. It'd be like a Jake Paul event.
I would. Yeah, that's good. I would love to see all like the 62 or whatever the 70.
72.
Have them
yeah.
all come back
Yeah.
That's
for
right.
just one very slow.
Yeah, yeah.
They
But
play at the halftime.
when you realize there's only about 6 of them left, what are we gonna do with the rest of the
Who
field?
are they playing against?
3-on-3.
So who do you
Yeah.
think would win? Those 6 guys or the Dolphins, who today ended up 10-7?
7 and 10.
7 and 10. Damn, I was being optimistic. 7
yeah.
and 10 on the season.
Dude, we were filming stuff, and every time we would stop and then go film something and come back, the Patriots scored again.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it was not good. It was not good.
Speaking
at
of the
all.
Patriots, I saw Tom Brady do a podcast, and he said that if he would, that he could probably come back for another game and still kick ass.
I do believe that though, because he took such great care of his body. Like he had one strawberry in 20 years.
He does have a very firm body.
You know, he's sitting at home. He's so competitive. Wait, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely firm body. I gotta agree with you. But he's sitting at home, absolutely competitive. Saw Philip Rivers come in, dial it up. He goes, I can do that.
Bro, that
That's
never
really what
goes
it
away,
was.
huh? That's why Mike Tyson still jumps in the ring and stuff sometimes. Like when you're at that level
Yeah.
of athleticism,
Yeah,
like,
no,
you still think he could go in there, you know?
I mean,
That's true.
if you- when you make it to a certain level, it doesn't matter how old you are. You're still better than like 75% of the population. Have you ever seen grown men throw a baseball who are non-athletic at all? I know everything I need to know about you if I watch you throw a baseball.
Oh, it's rough.
You ever seen actors in a movie throw a baseball and you're like, who taught this guy? What is this?
Like Fauci when he did a grounder from the mound on the first pitch.
Exactly.
Mario, didn't you have you thrown the first pitch for the
I
Marlins?
did throw on the first pitch.
Yeah,
Was it a
nice.
strike?
How'd it go?
You know what? I got one bone to pick with the Marlins camera guy
Oh,
because he was just off the side
yeah.
behind the catcher, and so it looked maybe like a ball.
Yeah. But
But
that was
from where I was standing, I wanted to say how far the mound.
Are we blaming? Yeah, because
The camera
I'm friends with the camera guy.
I think you were there that day.
I might have been there that day.
Yeah. So tell the camera guy he sucks.
No,
because he
I
could
can't.
have just.
no.
I can't. All right, I will. I'll tell them you said it. And honestly, what I should be saying is, Mario, I don't think it was a strike.
Well, you know what it is too. And then I also wanted to take a fight with the photographer too because he didn't touch up. I'm sidearm.
Mhm.
So when I threw it then all this, my bicep looked like it melted.
No.
Touch it up.
I feel
I'm
that.
just saying, you got an organization like the Marlins, touch up the picture a little bit.
You know
Listen,
what? I agree with that. You got to make your guy look the best.
Throwing
He's
out
not
the-
asking for much.
No,
I'm not a nobody.
we love you.
Throwing out the first picture, dude.
You're looking at the voice of Boyle Tropical.
Unlike the Miami Dolphins, we got something to look forward to when it comes to you. You got some music coming out soon, hopefully, right? You made something called El Afilador.
That's right. That's right. So the
Ooh.
afilador. How many of you guys out there remember El Afilador?
I didn't know what it was until you educated me.
Is that right?
That is true. Yes, I grew up in Broward.
That's not a Broward thing?
Dude, that's
No,
I've
that's
learned
a poverty thing, brother.
Oh, then yes. You know, I didn't know. You don't know you're poor till you're old. You don't know you're poor till you're an adult.
my man flexing that he's never heard of afilador, dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's
First
one
of
of those. How much is your internet moments?
This is how I knew the song was going to be global because it's global right now, doing numbers.
global.
Numbers.
I love that.
Oh.
7 and 10.
When I started seeing people say, dude, the afilador would stop by my neighborhood in Brazil.
Oh,
There was a afilador in my neighborhood in Spain. You know, sorry. So I mean, if you're calling those countries poor,
yeah, totally. Yeah.
So El Afilador is the original Mr. Worldwide.
Slums, almost. I think, if I'm not mistaken, those
Okay.
places have slums.
okay,
Mario, did you ever play football growing up?
dude? I loved football.
Were you any good?
I was actually, dude. Despite what you might believe, dude, and I don't appreciate it.
Okay.
I was pretty athletic.
All right.
I was pretty
yeah.
ambidextrous, if you will.
Oh,
It doesn't help you in this
if I
sport.
can't spell it, it has to be good.
I was a pitcher, so I could throw with both hands. Sometimes even I get a little crazy. Kick the ball.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, I played football.
Nice.
Not like I was in basketball at Goodlett Park.
Okay.
Just in case you guys are looking and thinking and wondering.
Did you ever play quarterback?
I used to throw mean spiral, dude. I'll ball your asses up.
All right.
Whenever you want to.
All right. I don't know if football was a one-on-one sport, but I want to see it. Once my hand heals up.
No, look, Marcos.
Why wait?
Because I have a broken hand, Marcos.
Marcos could QB, and then it's me against you, dude.
I have
all day.
I like that.
All
I like
day.
that. I like that.
Now let me ask you guys something. Epstein.
No. No. Okay. Hold on. No.
Wrong.
I didn't know.
Potentially.
They give me one chance, and you go there.
I appreciate it.
They give me one chance.
I appreciate it.
You give me one chance.
Okay.
And the answer is no.
No, you're right.
For the record.
1,000%.
I thought. Okay.
I don't think that's going to
misread
save
that.
the Dolphins either.
I thought we were gonna get. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, but, valid question. Valid question.
Yeah.
When I said deep dive, I didn't really mean that's not
didn't know
more.
what
And when I said list, I meant roster.
I thought.
I meant Dolphins roster.
I
We
thought we
were-
were going
Right.
like kind of Rogan-y with this. But
Yeah. No,
Speaking of the Dolphins, picked up a quarterback, right, for next year.
they did not. No, they did not
Jonathan, that's
because
all
we
for
still don't
now.
know what we're doing.
I'm
But I
still a
appreciate
regular
it.
Dolphins fan
And I
that doesn't know
totally
he's talking
appreciate
about
it.
do you like McDaniels, bro?
I would go out with McDaniels and like have a night out in the town with McDaniels. But would I want him coaching my Miami Dolphins? I don't know. But I would be his friend. I would be his homie. I guarantee you,
kinda
riding
sound
through
like you
Brickell.
date him.
Huh? That's what I
Now you're talking
Sounds
about.
like you're gonna date him.
Sounds like you want to date him, dude.
Nah, dude, I want to ride around in a Ferrari with the Bitcoin bro. He seems like a Bitcoin bro, like your regular Miami
Yeah.
Brickell dude. I want to hang out with it. What? I'm from that about. Why not?
You
I
totally
like the
want
meme. I like the meme where like he's been here for like a few months and completely changes. He has like a Cuban link, changes the hairstyle.
Did you telling me that guy's not Cuban?
McDaniels.
McDaniel
yeah.
or Cuban?
If we can replace him with any real or fictional character,
John Seca.
I like that.
I was gonna say Walter Mercado,
Oof.
but
Oof, we were just talking about him.
He's dead.
Yes, I
Stop
know.
looking at it from the other side. He has mucho more.
That would be a really dope Netflix show.
Celebrity death
Hello
note.
from the
And every
other
time the camera
side.
cuts over, there's no one there.
Yeah,
John
no, every
Cena
time-
style. It's just a floating microphone.
It goes to be exact-
Hey, what's your guys' horoscope, man? Because I know a lot of these sports fans would love to know.
Nobody
Leo.
about that. But I'm a Taurus.
In
I'm
your
glad
own-
I'm not a Dolphin, but I'm still stuck a Dolphins fan. I keep bringing it back because we are Game Day Uncensored. We are
That is right.
We are Game Day Uncensored. Mario, do
Yeah.
you have any shows coming up? Anything we can look forward to? Please give us something to look forward to because 34-10 is what the last thing I had.
know. And when the Dolphins do lose, though, what do you? How do you have a little drink? How do you get over?
I go
the
outside and I
loss?
punch my punching bag, and that's how I broke my hand.
Oh, is that what happened?
I gotta find a new thing.
And Marcos, you?
I hide in his punching bag and I wait for
Weirdo.
You like that?
That's what-
You like
that's
that, huh?
Absolutely.
You little sly dog, dude.
Well, that's how we come up with content. That's how we come up with
Yeah,
content.
you
Beat
just
it out
beat
of
'em.
them.
That's just the way I do it, dude.
Beat it out of
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
At this point, I'm used to it, big dog. Like if they win, I almost feel foolish for saying so much, like for like not believing. But I've said realistically for the last years that no matter what optimistic thing that franchise has told me as a fan, I know that the other shoe's about to drop at one point or another, or Tyreek Hill's left leg or whatever.
Let me ask you this: do you guys have any like superstition thing you do? Any
Mm.
superstitious thing that you do in hopes that they win?
Well, look, if I'm being honest, nothing is gonna work because we're already cursed.
I'm in debt
Oh.
with the superstition already. I told my grandmother to kill it. You know, I'm from Little Havana. I got a Cuban
Mm.
grandmother.
Many chickens have lost their lives.
Yeah, I
You're
mean,
trying to get to the Super Bowl.
at this point, I don't think I
Alright.
could answer the call.
Mm,
You know, it's I owe somebody for chickens.
mm.
At this
Guys,
point.
Hard Rock Stadium is built on an Indian burial ground.
Is that right?
It's absolutely true.
Are
The
you telling me
Miami
that-
Dolphins that
telling
were
me 100%?
successful were in the Orange Bowl. They
Oh my
the
God,
72
that's amazing.
championship, the
Oh,
Dan Marino
nuts.
era, but the
You know-
Hard Rock Stadium, Joe Robbie Stadium.
last
Is
3
this
weeks.
true?
Last 3 weeks, I've been pestering Dan. I'm like, we're gonna birth a curse on this show, and he's like, no, don't start putting that in the air. But the truth is that the Dolphins are starting to give me the mid '90s Cubs.
Ah,
They're starting to give me the Red Sox. You know what I'm saying? They're starting to give me that
no.
kind of franchise, and the Dolphins fans are starting to give me Philly fan vibes, upset, disgruntled fan, and
Yeah.
you know, it's not.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. Where was the curse? Where did we miss it? There was a curse somewhere along the line, and nobody called it out. Nobody said, "Oh, Leo DiCaprio face."
Well, I
There it
just
is.
I'm chat
What's this?
GPT checking
Alrighty.
Marcos's claim, because this might be where you're talking about.
Okay.
City here.
Of
Joe
course.
Robbie Stadium, which by the way, it's always going to be Joe Robbie Stadium,
There you go.
Facts.
and the Indian burial ground story.
Oh,
No short answer. I'm going to give you the short answer. No, we're on
short
air.
answer. Mm-hmm.
Hot take.
Hot take.
No verified evidence.
Oh,
Joe Robbie, you're out here spreading misinformation.
no. Hold on.
Station, dude.
I said no verifiable evidence.
It says no verified evidence
Correct.
that Joe Robbie Stadium was built on Native American burial ground. The guy from that radio show has been spreading misinformation.
But there's no evidence. There's no evidence that there isn't. So you know what? You're right.
Of course. You think the robots? You think the robots are going to tell you the truth, dude? You
I think
trust
you got
in
to
the robot?
with Kaseya Center. Kaseya Center, they found stuff underneath when they were building it.
Bricks of
cocaine, dude. That's what they found.
That's what they found. That's why the floor was bouncy.
Yeah,
that's exactly
well,
why.
hey, look, the Heat have had success.
They have had success.
So what do you think it is? Dude? Do you think it's just the coaching? Why do you think the Dolphins keep
the curse of Don Shula?
I can say, based off of what I've seen, the ownership is a guy who has a lot of money, but he doesn't know what he's doing. But he's kind of like, I love this team. I love what I do. I have money. But hey, Serena Williams, do you want to be a partial owner?
Do you think it really is? How much does the coach? Because I mean, you had Bill Belichick writing books and writing all sorts of gameplays, and this was the man.
The coach
and then
makes
the
all the
moment
difference.
Tom Brady leaves, not one more for Bill Belichick.
Coaching makes all the difference with certain guys. I mean,
does it?
I mean, bring back baseball. You know what I'm saying? Think about the Yankees when they have
can't even think of his name. Does it matter that much, Chico?
No, because
Halu.
Yeah, well, Joe Torre. Joe Torre. You know, guys like that, they know how to win. You get what I'm saying?
Do they or do the baseball players know how to win?
You know what? Yeah, I don't know.
What are you gonna teach Randy Moss? You know what you do? You throw the ball to Randy Moss. He catches it. He goes home.
Yeah, certain guys you teach. Other guys you let them do. You don't tell us a marlin swim faster. No, it just swims really fast. It's just what it's born to do.
That's precisely my. So, but then, are you saying that the coach is more of a motivator? Really, just
I think the coach is the voice for the front office. I think the coach is also somebody that you can put your trust into with your career. Is this guy? Can I tell him that I'm hurt? Can I tell this coach that I'm feeling down today, or that I'm disagreeing with it? I think the coach is the middleman for the obligation. And
you know what?
If you don't believe in that, then you got nothing.
I think if I were to compare it, I've known you for quite some time, Mario, and I would compare the coach in your life to your brother,
my
Jason.
brother. Oh,
because if you had some guy who didn't care, who was like, I'm just here for the check.
You're in the room.
We can see everything.
I didn't say you just snitched. I didn't say that. I just but you know why I would know he's in the room? Because he's a good coach. And you know he's not. You're the Marlin.
He ain't without me.
Oh,
he's nothing without me. I'm Muhammad Ali.
All right, you know what? Put him on the mic.
All right, no, he's a great dude. He's a great dude. And you know, you do need people that you sometimes stick in a boxing bag and you beat him up.
That's my mark.
That's right. Is that?
Look, Croqueta King said the manager, especially in baseball, doesn't make the players better. What makes him a good coach is managing the personalities in the locker room to continue winning.
You know what? Wow. I agree.
Hey, look at that.
You know what? It's about managing the all the momentum around you without letting it crash into each other.
It's how you work them out in the locker room. He said.
What is that? I don't think I like that.
No, look. He said
it a little differently.
How you manage them.
Yeah, but you should work them out in the locker room. I just didn't. It was just like.
Why don't we go to a game together next year? Would you guys be willing to spend some money and go to a game together next year for this team?
I would love to go to a game with you guys.
I'm a season ticket holder.
That is not even.
Oh, let's go. I'm laughing because that free tickets. I love free.
I've been to your shows on Sundays. That's not true.
Did you just fib to me?
No, I got season tickets.
I believe him. I believe that he's got. Okay, then who?
Miami Highlight.
Yes, that's right. That's right. How can we forget?
No, but we
I-
should definitely get together, go to a Dolphins game, a Marlins game, or something like that.
I'm down,
All three
dude.
of us.
Marlins games are very long.
Yeah, they sped them up.
They got a pitch clock now.
I think we should all go. I mean, how much do you guys want to put on for the station?
Let's go highlight.
I think we go.
Mm-hmm.
Rip our clothes off.
Yes, I'm
All
listening.
right.
Bottom of the ninth.
Okay. And just
So it's
Bottom
an
of the
easy
ninth.
exit. Bottom of the ninth.
Perfect. Yeah, because if they kick us out,
we're gonna need one more guy.
whatever.
It's
What are you gonna do?
WQAM.
What are you gonna
And
do?
we all run out.
Yeah,
Yes.
And
we
we
got to
try-
put WQAM on our chest. We need one more
Yes.
guy.
There you go. WQA,
AM.
and then my brother could be the M.
That's perfect.
And
Oh,
we
Because he's a
run
good
out
coach.
and we try to get that very cute Asian picture.
Hey, just in
try to
case
have-
people listening don't know, Mario, he sells out the improv all the time.
That's
Very successful comedian. So
That's
if I get
That's true.
arrested, he's
True.
also paying for my bail.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, then
Let me
let's
do a
do
few
it.
shows.
Let's
I'm
do
down.
it.
I'm down. And it will put this thing on the map, dude.
Yeah,
Let's
I'd
do
rather
it.
stay in if possible.
Yeah.
Get some good sleep.
The station might be on the map, but I'd be without a job essentially.
No, that's not how that works.
I-
You'll start doing Gale.
I'm gonna sound like Mike McDaniel's when I come in and Len's asking me, "What did you think we were doing?" So it sounded like a good idea originally.
Things like that enhance your career, bro.
It's true.
Going
Gotta take a
down.
risk sometimes.
Yeah, you got to take a little bit of a risk, dude.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Mario, I want to thank you for giving us your time before we go to break. Is there anything else you want to plug? Anything else that maybe, because we were talking about your hit single that you just released.
This is true.
Is there anything else or anywhere else anyone can find you?
I want to go ahead and thank you, Marcos, for not only being a good friend of mine.
Oh, yes.
You'll get your flowers too, Chico City. Hold on, give me a
Oh
second.
shit!
Marcos also, I think you've done it every year, but you've worked at the improv for my shows every year, and you're the best of the best. I mean,
brother.
this guy nails it every time. He's on his things. He's on his cues, P's and Q's, and couldn't have been a more professional person. So I love you. I love you, and I appreciate your intro. Is the first time someone's been like a comedian, musician.
Yes, it's true.
I appreciate that.
I
Chico
value
City-
you in the music world.
I love you. Chico City, now it's your turn. Chico City's a hustler, great dude. I'm honored that I believe I'm the first in-house guest like this.
For me, yeah.
You are? You totally
Thank
are?
I appreciate the
Absolutely.
vision you have, Chico City, which is why you're going to go places. I'll
Thank
be
you,
there
man.
at your wedding. I think maybe, hopefully, I don't know. I'm not sure. But I wish you the very best. I love you, bro.
I love you too. brother.
Pa'lante y que viva Venezuela!
Oh yeah.
Woo! That's big.
Heck yeah.
That's big.
And with that said, we'll be right back.
When we come back, we will listen to Mike McDaniel and the rest of the gang. Mario Ramil joining us. Thank you. I appreciate it. We're
I
going to
love
be
you guys.
right back
Thank you.
after this quick break.
Hey, we want to hear what you have to say.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Game Day Uncensored post-game show for the final time this season. Your Miami Dolphins, unfortunately, mollywopped today. Wasn't close, was not close at all. 38-10. There was times where the Dolphins had opportunities and chances, but when it was all said and done, the number 2 team in the AFC came to play, and they played like the number 2 team in the AFC.
I know this is going to sound ridiculous, but as bad as the score was, we didn't look that horribly bad.
You're right.
They were just that good.
Now, it got off to a rocky start. 3 plays for the New England Patriots. 3 runs to Ramondre Stevenson, which resulted in a quick touchdown, put the Dolphins down 7-0. Following that, the Miami Dolphins have an opportunity to respond. They get all the way down, and on 4th and 1 are unable to secure a touchdown. New England responds by putting up a touchdown of their own on the arms and legs of Drake May. Now, immediately, you're down 14-0. In the second half,
we still have a chance.
Correct. It's early. We've seen crazier things.
Absolutely.
Second quarter.
Going into the second quarter, by the way.
Absolutely. And you know what? Other than the fourth down conversion that they failed, Ewers was looking solid up until this point. He was making the throws that didn't look like a timid rookie who was just dumping it off to his safety blanket. And mind you, he came into today's game without Jalen Waddle and Devon Achane. So a few of the and Darren Waller as well, a few of the starting pieces. And of course, we have the injury with Tyreek Hill. So I say 4 of the best offensive players out there were not available for Quinn today.
And we can't blame. I know we're still in the second half. You're explaining it, but we can't. To this point, you can't even be upset at the defense because you got Jordan Brooks with the big stop in the beginning of the second quarter, at a 4th and 1 when the Patriots were going for it.
An absolutely big stop.
He's fighting for tackle leader of the year in the NFL right now. So you got guys that are trying. So go ahead. Yeah, we were in the second quarter. My bad.
No, all good. No. And those are valid points that you brought up, which I do believe Jordan Brooks, by the way, did end the season as the overall tackle leader in the NFL and has been making plays all season, which, leads us to the confusion as to how you can have, for example, a Devon Achane having an amazing season. You can have a Aaron Brewer, who is having an amazing season at the center position. You can have a Minkah Fitzpatrick, who had a great season. Our corners even had decent seasons. And then yet you look at the record and, it's nowhere near what it needs to be.
A lot of people, and that's why the entire topic of this past season is McDaniels, should he keep his job? Because you have these numbers, you have these athletes that are approaching these numbers. They're not, you can get your money's worth if you wanted to trade any of the players you just named, right? So they're putting their 2 cents into what they bring to the table, and where do you look to put the blame? So it's you look at ownership, and everyone says that I've been hard on McDaniels the last few weeks. I don't dislike McDaniels. It's just somewhere there's something broken in the machine, and where do we look to fix it? And that's what.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. I don't dislike McDaniel either. I think he's one of the most brilliant offensive minds in the NFL, but I don't think he is a leader of men. And that's the unfortunate part. He's a great coordinator. I would love him as an offensive coordinator, not as a head coach.
I think that the problem is that the guys look at him like little brother almost. Is that wrong to say?
No, I think you're right. But unfortunately, I think
a Mr. McDaniels. To them, they're just, hey, what's up, Mike? What up, Mike? Yo, Mike, what up?
Our window was 2023. Our window for that to work, the chummy, players coach, the parents that wants to be cool with their child, that worked. There was success there. But much like the parent that, wants to be cool with the coach or cool with their children, or eventually it expires. We had an opportunity to do it. It didn't work. And unfortunately, now we're left picking up the pieces. We're left with a quarterback who was benched for the final month of the season, but we just signed him to a 5-year, $235 million deal last year.
And for those of you at home right now thinking this is again, we're going to talk about McDaniels again, I mean, they've left us nothing else to talk about. Put yourself in our situations where we got to come in and week out and take a needle out of a haystack, trying to figure out the positive, where we can build without sounding like a bunch of haters on these people and calling for their jobs. But Miami deserves better. The fan base deserves better. You got guys on defense putting up numbers, leading the NFL. You got guys on offense like Achane who are doing their things. Waddle doing their thing. Poor Hill got hurt, putting in a maximum effort. You got a big fan base that loves you. Show up. We show up to every game. Win or lose, we show up. So forgive us for sounding like negative Nancy's, but we're fighting for you guys because they're eating me up a little bit here on the chat. If you want to watch us live right now, head over to YouTube, Twitch, phone in. You can see what Marcos looks like. We kind of look related, sort of.
We are related.
Yeah,
yes, we're Dolphin fans. We're miserable Dolphin fans, so we do share something. A few more stats about today's game, just in case you wanted to relive the madness. Unfortunately, the Patriots ran for 243 yards on 7.1 yards per carry. Jalen Wright, starting running back for the Miami Dolphins today, ran for 23 yards on 13 carries, and his backup, Ollie Gordon, ran for 9 yards on 9 carries. Another thing we mentioned as we were going over the breakdown of the game in the second quarter, upon the Dolphins receiving the ball down 14-0, they put together a pretty solid drive and were able to get themselves on the board with some nice throws, a nice little play action boot there from Quinn Ewers. He was able to find Malik Washington in the back of the end zone. We saw some sparks and some flashes from Taj Washington as well. But when it came down to it, unfortunately, the third quarter comes around, and this is a stat I'm about to throw your way that is disgusting. In regards to the third quarter, the Miami Dolphins this entire season were outscored in the third quarter 130 to 27.
Oh my God.
That is not how you win a game. That is not.
Where'd you find that? Where'd you source that?
That is from, you know what? I appreciate you asking because usually I try
that is crazy.
That is from Barry Jackson
of
the Miami Herald. He wrote that on his Twitter about 3 hours ago, and they actually asked Mike McDaniel about, that disgusting stat. His response was, I have a strong motivation to take the offseason to figure out what we can do from a controllable standpoint, from a schematic standpoint, from how we operate. We have to figure that out. And I would respond, no duh. The
sun comes up in the morning and the moon comes
down. Like, I don't understand what he expected for us to get from that.
Again, I like the guy, but that's not a response. That's not.
He had that glaring problem last year, and it's also another thing that seems to haunt him is he'll come into a game with a good game plan. He'll come into the game with a good idea scheme wise, and then it's the adjustments. Once a team adjusts to him, he can't adjust to their adjustments. And that is where the best coaches.
It's like the other teams read us like a book.
Yeah, and listen, if I punch you with a right jab for the entire first half, you're going to go to the locker room and you're going to say, hey, we should stop the right jab. And me, being the guy who threw that right jab initially, should know this team is going to do something about the right jab. Maybe I should throw a left hook and come out with the left hook. Yeah, unfortunately,
the word for that is adjustment for those of you at home.
Now, this guy just keeps continuing with the right jab, right jab, right jab, right jab. And then when it gets stopped, it's kind of like, but I'm really good at that right jab. Let me fake it and try the right jab again. And it's just like, hey, buddy, you got to switch it up.
I'm trying to figure out right now, how many times did we go into the half this year leading? Is there a stat for that?
That
Well, that's
listen, that
interesting.
is an interesting stat. Please, once you find that out, let me know so I can take credit
If
for
anybody
it.
knows, call us up right now. Let us know. I'm looking up for this stat. How many times did we go into the half? I mean, into halftime, leading the game, and just for that third quarter to come back and bite us in the butt. Let me look at this factor.
I saw another stat that was posted in our chat earlier that I can't verify, but it based off of what I read already, it does seem like it is the best possible option in regards to me trying to verify it. It says that Miami was outscored 81-0 in the third quarter over its final 9 regular season games. They have not scored in the third quarter since October. Are you like we're in January? That is absurd. That is absurd, and that is not, hey, your quarterback is injured, or hey, Tyreek Hill is doing some BS. That's on the coaching staff, dude. That is on the coaching staff to make adjustments both offensively and defensively to put your team in a position to win. Now, obviously, there's a talent discrepancy, but at a certain point, there's only so much that I can cut you the slack for. Like you're 7-10. Last year you were 8-9. It's mediocrity again and again. And even the season where you had your most success, it's a first round exit. I understand Tua gets injured and this and that and this and that, but the fact of the matter is, it's just not good enough.
Shout out to Menu 631 on YouTube right now. He says we haven't scored in the third quarter since October. Is this a fact right now?
I just said that to him, and he regurgitated it to me.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure that he heard it. I heard it again. Wanted to make sure you knew that you said it.
All got it. And I think
it's worth mentioning twice. It's worth mentioning twice. That's why I bring it back.
You know what? I don't know if you see this. Menu 631 says we haven't scored in the third quarter since October.
I was just saying it for the people in the back.
And I don't know if you guys have heard this, but yeah, no, it is abysmal. It really is abysmal. And things aren't getting any better. I'm going to tell you why. We're going to take a quick commercial break and look forward to next season already. The schedule is out.
The Dolphins haven't scored in the third quarter since October.
Since October?
Here we go. Commercials.
Brother, that is crazy. We'll be right back with more.
Basketball plays here.
Canes basketball on WQAM is sponsored by
Real opinions for real Miami football fans on FM 104.3 WQAM, Miami Sports Leader.
Welcome on back. Game Day Uncensored post-game edition. Got our boy Chico City holding things down in the production room.
One-handed, by the way.
One-handed, guys. One-handed, like an old-fashioned Aronde Gaston catch. We are bringing you this post-game courtesy of our team at Lexus, at Edmore's, Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac. There's so many different things. I'm just going to read it the way it was supposed to. I was trying to freestyle here, but who cares? The Game Day Uncensored post-game show is brought to you by the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Get offers on select models now through September 2nd of 2026, I'm assuming. Learn more at Lexus.com by Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac. Shop over 22 acres of Cadillacs built for luxury and performance at Edmore's Sawgrass Cadillac. Start your game-winning drive today at Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac, EdmoreSawgrassCadillac.com, and by JM Lexus. JM Lexus has the best team in the business, a 4.8 Google rating with over 22,000 reviews and counting. JM Lexus, West Sample Road, Margate. Holy malarkey, a lot of car places.
I'll give you a 10 out of 10 there.
Just a lot of car places.
Let me see if I could even say that. I mean, I need a new car, first of all. So if you're listening, do I get a discount for working here? I got Chico credit, though.
Slide by our boys at EdmoreSawgrassCadillac.com or JM Lexus or, I don't know, one of these places I mentioned here.
So many of them. It doesn't matter what neighborhood you're in, bro. You can find a way there.
Let's give you your offensive player of the game, sponsored by Edmore's Sawgrass Auto Mall. I will do your offensive player of the game. It could be Quinn Ewers had he not decided to throw that interception in the back of the end zone that, of course, led to the Patriots getting the momentum they needed to pull away. It could have been Jalen Wright had he not fumbled in a key opportunity that was, again, passed over to the Patriots. It could have been any one of Jalen Waddle, Devon Achane, or Darren Waller had they chose to play. But unfortunately, it wasn't. It wasn't any of those guys. And I had an opportunity, like you said, to hit our boy Theo Reese, who has been coming along these past couple weeks.
I like him.
But I think the only player that I saw that I was like, I'm actually glad that I get an opportunity to see him play. And that was a sighting from our boy Taj Washington. Now, I would give it to Malik Washington for catching the touchdown, but because I don't get to see Taj Washington and he had 3 receptions on the season, and today he had 2 receptions, that's a career high. That's a career high right there.
Yep.
Career high experience for number 84. Not a lot to pick from today. I did like, you know what? I would change that back because there is someone who I think deserves recognition for how he's come along, and that's Greg Dulcich.
Okay, yeah. Agreed.
He had a nice screen pass today for about 20 yards on a 3rd down conversion. And he had a solid little season, 26 receptions, 335 yards, and a touchdown.
Speaking of Dulcich, did you hear what the broadcast said about Dulcich?
What did they say?
They threw a stray at Dulcich. They said, when you look at Dulcich, he looks like Weird Al Yankovic. You don't think much of him at first, and then you see him perform, you're like, wow, this kid could play. Like, what? What
He does look like Weird Al, though. Doesn't he look like a little bit like Weird Al?
But I mean, why would you put that? Like, you're about to compliment the guy.
Yeah.
Just compliment the guy.
Yeah, we're all just salty Dolphins fans at this point.
I don't think. Let me see if he looks like Weird Al.
He looks a little bit like Weird Al Yankovic, dude. Again, that offensive player of the game is sponsored by Edmore's Sawgrass Auto Mall. Shout out to our boy Greg Dulcich, the final offensive player of the game in game day history. Now I'm going to put this on you. The player of the game, sponsored by JM Lexus. JM Lexus says best team in the business, a 4.8 Google rating with over 22,000 reviews and counting. JM Lexus on West Sample Road in Margate. Chico, who would you nominate as your player of the game in a 38-10 loss?
I'm gonna have to go with my man Jordan Brooks on defense. Although today wasn't the best defensive game in Dolphins history, but he does lead the NFL in tackles. So he ending the season on a high. He's trying to get paid, baby. Total tackles, he had roughly between 174 to 183 total tackles this year, and solo tackles they're still counting up 93 through 95 solo tackles with 3.5 sacks. I give it to Jordan Brooks, man. Keep fighting. Even though the game today meant nothing, he was putting his health on the line, fighting for sacks, fighting for tackles, for personal pride, and I respect it. Thank you for bringing that to the Dolphins. Highest tackles of the season. Thank you.
That is a solid choice. I would definitely say that.
Also, the guy in the mascot. People don't give that guy enough credit. Sorry, this is my ADHD moment. Whoever that guy in the mascot costume is, you're the real MVP, big dog, because you or big miss or whatever, or little lady or whoever is in there. You're porpoise. You're a porpoise with a purpose. You still keep us going. I did that. You saw that? You're a porpoise with a purpose. So yeah, whoever you are inside of the mascot costume, you don't get enough credit, man. Thank you for, keeping us happy all year. I went to a game this season and they were doing their things. So shout out to them.
Shout out to the mascots.
Yeah, Bernie. Shout out to Bernie. I'm good friends with Billy LaMarlin. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
This is good.
Not only on Instagram, every time I go to the park, I got to take a picture with Bernie. I got to take a picture with Billy. And what's the Dolphins' name? Porpoise?
TD.
Is it TD like the bank? Or touchdown? Sorry, where have I been my whole life? TD, sending you lots of love, buddy.
Maybe it's the Dolphin.
I'm the Dolphin.
Look at that. Do you know the ibis for Miami Hurricanes? You know
Sebastian. You know what? I'm actually I mean, who cares, right? But I'm gonna get all of these guys tattooed on me eventually.
No, I totally will get the logos. I don't know if I'll get the mascots. I'm totally
the mascots. I'm going mascots all the way. I'm going Sebastian. I'm going Billy. I'm going Bernie, and I'm going TD.
TD.
I almost said something. Oh, man, a dumb bite on myself. So moving forward with the Dolphins, right? Moving forward, obviously a quarterback is our big focus. I think that we should just take the focus off McDaniels already. It's either we were going to make the move or we weren't. We didn't make it. I don't think that in the offseason that move is going to be made. I think if it was going to be made, they would have made it right now towards the end of the season. They would have let the fans know already, I think, right?
Yeah, I think it's easy for McDaniel, if the McDaniel decision for Stephen Ross, I think he's just going to hold on to him. I think he's going to start next season. And I think if Mike McDaniel loses 4 out of the first 5 games, 3 out of the first 5 games, even.
You give him 3? You give him 5? So you're giving him 5 games. 5 games.
Yeah, I think it'll take him starting the season 1-4, 0-5 before Stephen Ross is like, all right, we need to cut bait with this guy, which I'm totally okay with, because no matter any way you slice it, dude, next year is an off year. There's no one who is going to come save us and take us from laughing stock of the league to the top of the league in one season. Usually a person who's able to do that is a quarterback, like a Tom Brady or someone, a Matt Stafford.
Phenomenal. A Barry Sanders, something that comes out of once in a lifetime type of thing. I think it was Joe Rose that said it. I was listening to the morning show. I'm not sure if it was Joe or maybe Tobin that said it. It's been a long week. But rebuilding a franchise isn't like 20, 30 years ago, 10 years ago, where it's 7 years, 5 years. Guys are rebuilding in 2-3 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can
do the Patriots.
Exactly. I think that was the example that was used. And I'm hoping that we take a page out of there and understand where we are, understand that we're in some debt here with this Tua contract, and we got to finagle some moves for the draft. I mean, who else wastes draft picks like the Dolphins? Like they're draft rich or something?
Now, the Miami Dolphins, speaking of the draft, know where they are going to be. We have no mystery as to where the Miami Dolphins are going to pick. Based off of maybe about a few hours ago, we now know the top 18 picks, if I am not mistaken. Are you ready to find that out, my friend?
Oh, please. I need any kind of information looking forward.
Number 1 pick secured by the Raiders. Any shock there? Any shock? And honestly, if I were to continue to go through this list, there isn't a shock until, of course, right before where the Dolphins pick. Anyway, like I said, the Raiders, number one, they're looking for a quarterback. Chances are Fernando Mendoza, Heisman winner, is going to be in the talks of potentially going to Vegas. Number two, the New York Jets, also in need of a quarterback. So if there is a
I hope we
quarterback
get
in
Tua.
the on the horizon, on the
It's like, listen, I
horizon
don't care how bad
for
it is. I've said this. I don't mean to interrupt you, big dog, but I've said this
no,
once.
you're
I'll
good.
say it again, and I'll say it to the day it's over for me. And Chico's not breathing anymore. I don't care how bad the Dolphins are. I'd rather be a pissed off Dolphins fan than a Jets fan any day of the week. I said it. Send me the hate mail. I
Absolutely.
don't care. Fins up.
I mean, absolutely. That is, hey, listen, that is a number one. What's number one in my book? As long as I'm not, it's not as bad as the Jets. Which, as you can see, the second pick seems like they had a worse year than us for sure. But the Jets are slated to potentially take Dante Moore, QB out of Oregon. And I'm not gonna lie to you, the number one pick for 2027 is his if he chooses to return to Oregon. But if not a bad second pickup for the New York Jets. Coming in third place is the Arizona Cardinals, who are slated to get a Arvell Reese out of Ohio State.
I
After
had a
that,
little
we have,
music for you there, buddy,
oh yeah, I like that.
because a lot of these picks ain't no nan.
Yeah, and you may not know about the draft order, but I'm
No.
here to inform you. Tennessee Titans coming in at 4th. Giants are at 5th. Browns at 6th. Now, this one's interesting. The Washington Commanders, who took a step backward this year, actually have the 7th pick, and they're slated to take Reuben Bain Jr. out of the University of Miami. The Saints with the 8th pick, Jeremiah Love, running back out of Notre Dame, is who they're slated to take. But now, this is where things get crazy.
Tell me.
Supposed to be with the number 9 pick. This is where the Miami Dolphins could have landed. Unfortunately, it seems as if the Kansas City Chiefs will be taking that pick.
Oh, like they need to get any better, right?
The Cincinnati Bengals with the 10th pick, and then finally number 11, the Miami Dolphins. Finally at number 11. Now,
What do you
there
think
are a
they-
lot of holes, but I don't think a quarterback is going to be available at 11, if I'm being honest.
Nah, I doubt it. They're gonna have to make another move. They're gonna have to do a trade. They're gonna have to pick up some guy. Cam Newton, if you're listening, I mean, Philip Rivers did it. Why not him, right?
Come on, why not him? I will give you the answer to what the Miami Dolphins need to do with their 11th pick when we come back. We're going to take a quick break here on Game Day Uncensored. And when we return, I will tell you what the Miami Dolphins need to do with their draft pick.
I'm not gonna lie. Purpose with a porpoise. Porpoise with a purpose. That went hard.
Porpoise with a purpose.
The Miami Hurricanes are in the college football Final Four.
1043 WQAM, Miami's sports leader.
Welcome back to Game Day Uncensored. Right here, the post-game edition, the final post-game edition. What are you listening to, Joe? We got
I'm just putting some vibes on for you, brother. It's the last day. I'm a little celebration. Trying to go out jazzy with you, bro.
I appreciate that. We are going out jazzy as opposed to trashy.
Yeah.
Because season is over. We are finally out of our misery as Miami Dolphins fans. We no longer have to suffer.
No. Suffering's a choice.
A rough outing indeed. A rough outing for your Miami Dolphins, who lost 38-10 today. And a lot of things are up in the air for sure. A lot of things are up in the air. We will continue to monitor because, tomorrow is Black Monday. And that doesn't mean you get 50% off of televisions. That means that a lot of head coaches around the NFL will be let go. Falcons already fired their GM and their head coach hours after their season ended. And they actually won that game and had a better record than the Miami Dolphins at 8-9.
Uh-oh. These guys are people coming after the jobs.
It is not something that would shock me if Mike McDaniel is fired tomorrow, even though it is not something that I expect to happen. But we will keep an eye out on that. A look around the rest of the state of Florida. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers needed the New Orleans Saints to beat those Falcons in order for them to advance to the playoffs. Unfortunately, the Saints could not come up with that, which means Tampa, you will be watching from the couch as well. Now,
Florida.
A little bit further north, them Jacksonville boys got it done. Trevor Lawrence and
big
the
game
Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, big game. He actually got the Jaguars to win the division, but more importantly, he was awarded with some grills after the game. I'm not sure if you can see right here.
Wait, is this a real picture or is this AI?
Real picture? No, this is a real picture. They gifted him some grills. It's circulating right now, the viral moment. His team gave him some nice diamond. It looks like 8 on the top, 8 on the bottom minimum.
You ever have a pair of grills?
I did. I had 6 on the bottom, rose gold.
I had my whole mouth, brother.
Now the problem is, I took him out to eat, put him in a napkin. You already know.
Yeah, I got rid of my. You know what happened to mine? I junked a. Not that anybody cares, but I junked a 1993 Cadillac that was overheating and it burned my feet because all the fluid came in through the car, and I was so mad at the car. I had it junked right away, and I had my. Maybe it was a blessing in disguise. I had my gold grills and the thing in the car, and I probably would have got more money at a pawn shop, but no, I junked the car.
Yikes, dude. Yikes.
Yeah, but you know what? Did me better. I look better now. My teeth they thank me for it. What a
sure.
Although wifey, I'm not gonna completely off topic. I'm getting married, bro, and I just go on a tangent about weddings. I don't have a bridezilla, but it could become overwhelming. She wants to get gold teeth for the wedding so we go viral on Instagram, and
that is an amazing idea. I wanted to exchange grills for my wedding.
So I should listen to her here? I
think you should. I think it's something, less for the virality and more because if that's something that your missus likes, then, hey, man, why not?
Hey, look, listen, I want my teeth back. And you know what else I want is a winning Dolphins franchise because it doesn't matter how shiny or how much you polish a turd. It's still going to stink. It's still going to be a turd at the end of the day. And I don't want to be a fan of a turd. I don't want TD to stand for a turd. So,
yeah, hopefully we could Febreze this turd of a team that we have right now. Miami Dolphins slated with the 11th pick, right? But here's what you do. Let me tell you what you do if you're the Miami Dolphins with that 11th pick. You tell the NFL draft to shove it.
Okay.
We don't want anybody at that 11th pick because not one person at that 11th pick is going to help fix my team.
Yeah, exactly. So what do we do? We give it up for somebody? We use it as
trade that pick down. We go from number 11 to whoever gives us.
Can we sell it for $51 million?
That if we can somehow recoup money on that instead, that would be amazing.
Look, I'm a great salesman, but I don't know if I could sell Tua for $51 million. I don't know if I could sell a draft pick, an 11th round draft pick for $51 million.
Now, if Tua is available or able to go to, for example, a Minnesota or, like you mentioned, the New York Jets or something like that, we're able to get from under his contract, great. I would love that. Obviously, that's the best case scenario. Do whatever you can. In the event that you can't,
we're going to get stuck in another Bobby Bonilla situation here.
Well, we having to give him $1 million every
once 21 years. Well, the Marlins got stuck with that or the Mets?
Mets.
Yeah.
Bobby Bonilla Day celebrated once a year. But look, whatever we need to do to get from under that contract, do it. And if you can't, fine. Hold on to him for one more year because there's nothing that you're slated for anyway. And trade down and build those trenches.
Or we can just lie to everybody and tell them people he looks great in the offseason. We're really training for him. He looks great in the preseason. Oh, great highlights. Show nothing but highlights and try to sell him. Royal purple. Is that what you put into your car when you're trying to get rid of it?
Is that what you put in your car?
I don't want to talk. I don't want to say too much.
Well, I think if we potentially could pull off a trade, 1-for-1, him for Kyler Murray in Arizona, maybe give both of these players a new change of scenery, that would be an option.
So Lamar Jackson got the picture.
Lamar Jackson's not coming here. I'm not gonna even get my hopes up. I'm not gonna allow myself to think that is gonna happen to my Miami Dolphins team. Look, the Miami Dolphins had a perfect 72 season. They wasted their thing early on. The Miami Heat were able to secure LeBron James. They wasted their thing. The Inter Miami squad, they got Messi. They wasted their thing. The Florida Panthers.
It's too late for Messi?
No, he won a championship. What I'm saying is everyone gets one super, super lucky thing to happen to their franchise.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Change to the trajectory of their franchise.
Okay. Pivotal moments.
Pivotal moments that will let you know, hey, this is it. This is our thing.
Miguel Cabrera at bat type deal. I get what you're saying.
Now, unfortunately, it's not in the cards for the Miami Dolphins. They're not. That player isn't going to be walking through. They had Dan Marino. They had the 72 season. That guy's not walking through the door. So,
I will say, an unpopular opinion, maybe, I think that given a chance, Quinn Ewers, and I know there's a lot of people think I'm drastic or crazy for this, but given a chance, he could give us a winning season next year. I think we could win more games. I think we could win more games than we lost next year. Above 500 team with enough time to acclimate him to the offense. A healthy Waddle. You got a couple guys on defense to come back. We did have a couple guys that were injured coming into the season. So I think that with a full tank of gas, Quinn Ewers could be that guy that potentially, not next year, but the year after that, show you a playoff game.
Yeah, I think he's definitely earned the right to fight for the position and battle for the position next year. I think he's definitely earned that right. But I think even at his best, Quinn Ewers is not a needle mover. I think he's a great second option.
I gotta disagree. I'm gonna give you some Quinn Ewers lore. Quinn Ewers lore.
I would love it.
He played some huge games in Texas.
Yes, he did.
Not just in college. Yeah. I'm talking about high school. So imagine being one of the, if not the number one prospect in high school in Texas, to then get drafted. I mean, to then go and go to college and then get benched because of nepotism. I'm going to say it because Manning was there.
Yeah, of course.
So that position got taken away from him. You still get drafted. He's more of a Miami guy than people give him credit for. He's got that chip on his shoulder. He wore it during the post-game interview last game. I'm your Huckleberry with the 2 pistols, your slinging gun. I want to believe in this guy, and I don't want to be tainted by my past Dolphins experience, or I don't want to sound like one of these foolish NFL fans. Well, he could be the next, he could be the next whatever so-and-so or whatever. But I think he could be the next so-and-so, whatever. I think he does have that Tom Brady appeal to him, and he's got that chip, and he deserves a chance. I want to see it. I want to see that big game Quinn Ewers show up for the Dolphins because he has that.
Yeah. Hey, look, I want to see it too. But my question to you is, what does Quinn Ewers do great?
We don't know yet. It's too soon to tell. in the
Sure,
NFL.
sure. Which is
I will say that in college, he had a great pocket presence. He has an amazing arm, great arm
It-
strength.
okay.
He flicks the ball. You can get a speedier. Now you can actually go look for a receiver. A speedier receiver that somebody that can go down past 10.
Speedier than the cheetah.
I mean, somebody who's got a working leg and somebody who could complement his speed. Yes, somebody that if you
Jalen
double
Waddle is
cover-
a pretty fast guy.
yeah, but we're missing. I feel that on the offense, somebody who can come in and still be a threat when those guys are off the field. Maybe an older name, somebody who's got those wheels, somebody who goes second gear. I don't know off the top of my head right now. I'm not gonna lie. I've been stuck on Mike McDaniels and Quinn Ewers right now, but I do believe that on offense we could bring in somebody towards the end of their career, a little bit. Take a page out of baseball here, who's got a lot of experience to help.
And you're saying at the wide receiver position,
not the wide receiver. That would be foolish because you're wasting a slot there. But somebody who could come in, give you a couple yards. Man, maybe tight end. What do we got?
maybe tight end. Yeah, I mean, we had Darren Waller who had a solid year. Dulcich was good as well. And this is my thing where it's like when I think of my quarterback, right? When I talk about let's just go through quarterbacks who are successful right now in the league. CJ Stroud, I think he has mobility, and I think he has, as far as greatness, he's probably one of the more accurate quarterbacks of the younger class.
And composed. I'd say he's pretty composed.
Yeah, he's pretty composed. He has poise, and he's a winner.
That's
right?
That's a taught. That's for these young guys. I'm sorry. Poise is a big thing.
It is. It is an important.
I didn't see a hanging head. You know what I'm saying?
That's probably what he does best. He probably has excellent, and the same thing that I feel about Cam Ward, is that they're mentally there, and that's something that you can say about Tua, that he was never mentally strong.
Agree. I mean, look, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. What haven't I said already? A lot of guys don't recover from being knocked out.
Yeah,
any sport in life. Period. Look, I've boxed. I'm not a professional fighter. I'm an amateur guy. I like to spar and stuff, and get my hands dirty. I mean, look how I broke my hand, hitting a heavy bag. I've seen guys be undefeated since they're a kid, and then that one day sparring, they get knocked out and they're not the same. And it's not because it affects their ability. Something changes. Something changes in your head that you don't want to experience that again. You don't want to go through that. And that's why only the greats and the legends have been able to overcome that kind of what's the word here? I'm brain farting. I was too smart for a minute and my brain said no more.
Okay.
No, sorry. No, yeah, that kind of obstacle.
Now, and it makes sense. And from Tua's perspective,
that's the word, adversity.
If I sign a guaranteed deal for $235 million, I've already experienced, these problems physically, and I got the money already coming to me. I have my family, I have my wife, I have my kids. I can completely understand if he's like, you know what, dude, I'm done. I don't need to do anything else. And he doesn't. And he's already earned that.
And are you a boxing guy?
Yeah, I'm not an expert, but I like it.
So there's an Italian boxer. Right? When I first started boxing, it was a few years ago at Fifth Street Gym where Muhammad Ali used to box out there on South Beach. And an Italian boxer by the name of Scardina.
Tommy Pepperoncini.
No.
Sorry.
No, Scardina. He's a real boxer. He's a real boxer, top of his game. This guy was one of the nicest guys. He taught me, one head injury, and now he can't box ever again. He can't move. Your body wasn't acting the same, and that's just to show you. It doesn't matter how great of an athlete you are or how great your body is in tuned. That getting knocked out, man, it will show its effects. And I think that Tua had never felt that. And how do he just? It's going to take him some time. I think he's not recovering from a football injury. He's recovering from something deeper than that.
I agree. I think he's physically better, but I think there's a mental block that he has. And
scared to get hit, he won't take off with the ball. I guarantee you that guy's
for
fast.
Sure.
40, he's going to run a great 40. You get what I'm saying? I guarantee you put him somewhere to run, and he's going on a jog, he's hauling butt. But when you put a bunch of guys trying to kill him, it might trigger something, man. PTSD is a real thing.
And I think you're right. And I think if I had to say what was Tua's elite characteristic, I think he was arguably one of the most, if not the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL. And that's why I felt like there was a chance we could win with him. With him being in the state that he is mentally right now, I don't think that. And even with that, I think there's a lot of elements that have to go right in order for Tua to be his best.
And not
beyond that, I
I'm
don't think there's anything with Quinn Ewers that's elite. I don't think he has elite speed. I don't think he has elite arm strength. I don't think he has elite accuracy.
I differ on the arm strength. I think that he's shown us a few times that he can get it down there accurately. You know, he did make he made a stupid play today. He threw the interception. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go down with this with the Ewers ship until something else happens. I need something to hold on to.
I just look at other quarterbacks and I know immediately, even if I know that they're not fully developed, I know what they're accurate. I know what their thing is. Mahomes early on, you knew he had crazy arm strength and the ability to improvise. Joe Burrow, you knew immediately he had crazy arm strength and he had accuracy and he was as cool as it comes.
I think that if you put Ewers and Tua in a quarterback challenge, Ewers wins that 8 out of 10 times.
Good, but now you're taking my team from a 7-win team to a 9-10 win team, maybe a wild card team.
In 1 year, I'll take that better than 7 or 4.
But now, if I'm looking ahead, we did this with Ryan Tannehill. We did this with Tua. There were quarterbacks that in the perfect position with a lot of things around them could succeed. Yeah. I don't want that anymore. I want someone with...
You want undeniable. You want undoubted.
Matter of fact, I need undeniable. And if that's not in this year's draft...
No, you can't do that with $51 million in the hole.
Correct. I think you're 100% correct.
We got to deal with what... I'm looking with what we got now. Because realistically, man...
I don't want to win.
Knowing the Dolphins, we can shoot, you know, stuff on the wall till it sticks. Realistically, week 1 next year, we didn't make any moves for quarterback. We were thinking that we will.
I don't think there's any moves. To be honest.
I think they need to call the accountant.
Yeah.
Bankruptcy, maybe change it from the Dolphins to the Dolphin. Maybe you get out that contract. But until that, realistically, our quarterback position is stuck.
I think that is absolutely correct because
build around the guy you got. Give him somebody else to throw to. Make sure he's safe.
I can't build around him continuing to be mediocre. Like, you understand, at the 11th pick, at the 10th pick, I cannot improve my team. It's literally the worst pick possible. Not the worst pick possible, obviously. But if I'm picking later on in the draft at 32, it's because my team is good. Okay. And if I'm picking 1, 2, 3, it's because my team is bad. If I'm picking 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, I have a mediocre team. Will completely to add a piece here, a piece there. It's going to take forever. I need them to be bad. I need them to be so bad that we get the first or second pick.
You rather have a tank, you know, tank it for the pick. I get that.
I think we have
but tank for Hua.
That's the problem.
Now you look down the line, you got to look at, all right, if we're going to tank this year, we're going to look at the 2027 draft. You look forward into the 2027 draft. The quarterbacks of this year are gone. We're looking at what, junior quarterbacks right now?
Yeah, junior or quarterback, sophomore. Potential quarterbacks maybe, because, for example,
no different than what we got right now.
But if you think about it, Cam Ward, number 1 pick of this last draft.
One out of a million people, brother.
But prior to him being in the Miami Hurricanes, he was a nobody. He was not on our radar.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying I'm saying the guy could potentially be, you know, NIL in okay, and then he ends up getting a deal with Alabama, blah blah blah.
We got to watch dust settle with other teams, and to get a bigger picture of what the Dolphins' future is looking like. Because at this point, it's all speculation. That's all we can do.
Of course, I mean that's you know, season just ended, and we're looking ahead to see what we can possibly do to fix what's broken.
What if the NFL takes a page, or the Dolphins takes a page out of the MLB? 2 quarterbacks. You know how you got more than one starting pitcher? You got 2 quarterbacks. 2 quarterbacks.
Now, they say if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have no quarterbacks.
I beg to differ. I think that's just an adjustment. I think the game's evolving. Everything evolves. People are getting paid more money, probably playing less minutes. You can't keep getting hurt. I think that now in our lifetime, we'll see a 2-quarterback system. I think right now, imagine having a 2-quarterback system where the Dolphins would have used Quinn Ewers in certain situations, even if it's on handoffs or fourth downs or third down. In the past, would be in a way better situation right now. Maybe Tua wouldn't have gotten hurt. You'd have a lot less unnecessary injuries. I just think that a 2-quarterback system not only benefits the NFL, it benefits the franchise.
I think it's possible that a scheme could be built up that'll win a couple games. But if you look at Joe Burrow, if you look at Josh Allen, Matt Stafford, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, all the best quarterbacks in the NFL, I want them on the field every single play.
Yes, 1,000%. But that's if you have one of those guys. I believe the Dolphins are in a situation where you're rebuilding. You could try a few new things. They'll bring the Wildcat back. You can try some fun stuff.
It'll be cute. That's
all we got is cute.
A lot of the things that we are thinking of without the blowing it up and starting whatever is cute ideas that'll work. Maybe win us a playoff game, but by next season, they figured it out already. Hey, they're going to 2 quarterbacks. When that guy's quarterback, they're going to do this when this guy's quarterback. It's not like they're not going to figure it out. They figured out the Wildcat. They'll figure out everything.
Yeah, I think that cute gets you. Cap for Life says cute gets you fired. Not all the time. Sometimes cute gets you a job. I mean, look. Do you remember?
Hey, that's a point. That's a point right there. You remember the coach that thought of who was responsible during the Wildcat era?
No, please tell me. I don't remember.
It was Tony Sparano.
Oh yeah,
and Tony Sparano. It was cool, but it lasted about a season or two, and then everyone figured out the Wildcat.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of things that we can figure out that'll potentially get us a little bit better, but I think no matter what, it's not going to get us to the top. And if you're not at the top, if you're not first, you're last, Ricky Bobby. If you're not at the top, unfortunately, you are going to be just not good enough. There's teams, right? Baltimore is thinking about moving on from Lamar Jackson. Buffalo is thinking about moving on from Josh Allen.
Oh, come on. That's not realistic, though.
Of course it's not realistic, but those are the things. Those are the things that people are considering because they haven't gotten to the top. I think the Miami Dolphins.
Girl. That's the gossip. Yeah, because the season's over. Let's leave them something to gossip about. You imagine if the season ended on a clean slate, they won't sell any papers or
everyone is staying put. There will be no drama this offseason.
Yeah, that's it. It'll be the lowest ratings coming. They need to stay relevant. They need to keep things going. I was listening. I was training during the Tobin and Leroy show when the Canes, we didn't know if the Canes were going to make it, but we knew the Canes were going to make it. It's just
I knew they should have, but I just know that we also get
saying it the whole time. Vlad said it for like 2 weeks, brother. I heard Vlad say they know what's going to happen. They're just using this for views, using this to stay relevant. and I shout out to Vlad, man. He opened up my eyes to that, and I think that's what a lot of these franchises do. This Lamar Jackson thing is a ploy. They're like, hey, the Dolphins got some drama going on. Let's sell some Lamar Jackson jerseys, or maybe he's using it as a ploy to get more money when his contract's up. Hey, let's stay relevant. Maybe we could turn some disdain, some pissed off Dolphins fans. Maybe we could convince them to buy a Josh Allen jersey. It's hard not.
No, you're 100% correct. It's adding value to the product that you have. If you're the quarterback trying to get money, it's adding value to yourself by saying, hey, like, it's like it's a little bit different because I'm sure it would go differently, but you're walking in to your crib and your wife hasn't touched you in a while, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to the strip club tonight, sweetie. All of a sudden she's gonna be looking at you like, hold on, what's going on here? You're about to go get that attention elsewhere, and these quarterbacks are getting that attention elsewhere, and they end up just settling on a contract at home, which leaves the Miami Dolphins missing out on Peyton Manning, missing out on Drew Brees, missing out on Lamar Jackson the first time, missing out on all these key pieces.
For the record, honey, if you're listening, I'm not a strip club guy. My fiance might be listening.
Yeah, okay. Well, for the record, yeah, you personally would never do that. The way that you talk so highly about your fiance, I don't even know if your eyes are open when you walk by a women's restaurant.
I'm engaged. I'm not blind. I'm engaged. I'm not blind. But I'm marrying my best friend, brother.
Now, when we come back, we're going to take a look at the future. The Miami Dolphins schedule is out for next year. We're going to do a quick that's a win, that's a loss to determine what we're going to be looking like next year if we were to keep things the same. Stay tuned to the only post-game show still going on 5 hours after the game ended. That's right. Game Day Uncensored right here on 104.3 WQAM.
You want to go to Tootsie's?
Hey, we want to hear what you have.
Welcome back to Game Day Uncensored right here on 104.3 WQAM.
Little Birdie told me you can rap, Marcos.
I can indeed.
Little Birdie told me that you made the intro to Tobin and Leroy.
I did make the intro to Tobin and Leroy. I had a Hockman and Crowder intro at a certain point. I used to rap the traffic.
It's Odyssey building, man.
Indeed. I mean, you're in it. So there's that.
Thank you. Guys, don't miss Tobin and Leroy tomorrow too. What time are you going to be on tomorrow?
10 to 2 tomorrow, everyone. The full gang is back. Joe Rose,
6 a.m.
6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Tobin and Leroy, 10 to 2. Hockman and Crowder, 2 to 6. And no heat games or anything, so you should be good.
You know what I did the other day, Marcos?
What'd you do?
So here at Odyssey, we have the Heat audio experience, right?
Yes.
And in my generation, have you ever listened to a full basketball game in the radio, like on the radio in the car hanging out?
I have indeed.
So I had never done that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've gotten stuck in the car and listened to a game while I'm getting to a TV, but I sat down, in the front of my house with the homie, and we put the game on. We cracked a few open, and I had a great time. I had a great time. So if you're out there, man, I suggest tune in to Jason Jackson and the Heat audio experience at one time if you get a chance, man. And feel like listen to a game the way your dad used to on the radio. One time. I'm serious, man. It's a whole different experience.
Totally is, man. My dad used to listen to sports radio talk and stuff like that. and I'd be like, bro, like, why are you listening to this boring ass stuff? Or like sometimes you put it on and I couldn't even follow what's going on. Now I feel the same way. I put the radio on in the car. My wife has no idea what's going on, and I'm just like, he scored a touchdown, and she's like, how do you know that?
So yeah, I invite you guys listening right now, download the Odyssey app. Get in your car during the game day. If you're stuck in the car, hang out. You want to try something different, something nostalgic, hang out in the car, listen to the game with a couple homies. I'm sure you want to get out of the house anyways, and hanging out of the car is cool. It reminds you of your teenage years a little bit, and listen to the game. I invite you to do that. Download the Odyssey app right now. Make sure you do that.
Now, before we went to break, I told you the Miami Dolphins schedule has been released. I'm gonna say these games now, and the roster currently constructed as it is with Mike McDaniel as the head coach. I am going to ask you if these games, or what do you think the final record for the Miami Dolphins are going to be? Their home games in 2026. We have Buffalo, New England, the New York Jets, Chicago.
Oh my God.
Detroit.
That's Jurassic Park. We're doomed. It's Jurassic Park. It's going to be a ride.
All right. Kansas City, LA, Chargers, of course, and Cincinnati.
I've seen this movie before.
Yeah, it seems like we got Velociraptors and Lusasaurus Rexes around every corner.
Oh man.
All right, so you think at home against Buffalo, you think we're winning that game?
You want me to give you my my Dolphin fan brain thought, or you want me to give you my realistic thought?
I want your realistic thought.
No, man, not a chance. Not after what I saw today.
Now, home against New England, you think we're winning?
You know what? Ironically enough, yes.
Okay.
That, like, for some reason, it's at home, right?
That's optimistic of you.
They pull weird stuff off sometimes, and I honestly think that New England might downplay them, and we might sneak something.
All right. Well, they beat our ass today.
My realistic brain says no.
Love that. New York Jets. What about that?
Pulverizing the Jets.
I think
even if we lose in the game, we're still winners because we're not the Jets.
That's true, and I think we're gonna win. I think we can beat the Jets.
I'm gonna tell you one day why I hate the Jets so much. It's such a dumb story.
Okay. So, Chicago and Detroit.
Run that by me. Are we playing at home?
Yes, sir.
Chicago and Detroit at home. Ah, man, I want to be optimistic about Chicago.
All right, nice of you.
But no.
Cool. And Chicago is one of the better teams in the NFC North right now.
I know. I want to be optimistic that they're not going to absolutely like pulverize us and make us look horrible.
All right, Detroit Lions, another physical team that we lost to this year, and we'll be taking them on next year. What are your thoughts on that, Detroit?
I think if I say less, it says more here.
All right, what about the Kansas City Chiefs?
Oh man, we should just start making coffee now for them when they come visit.
What about the LA Chargers? Yeah, also another team.
I'll let you answer that one. What do you think about the LA Chargers?
I think that's another team fighting for their division lead in the AFC West, and they're also better than us. The Cincinnati Bengals, the last team we play at home, is another team that I think, when healthy, is better than us. Therefore, the only win that I can say, or only game that I gave us a shot for of our 8 home games, was the New York Jets. So as of right now, my record, if we're just using our smart brain, not in our emotional one,
yeah,
we're 1-7 right there. Now, if we go to away, Buffalo, I think we're also going to lose in Buffalo.
But I do want to go on the record saying, that the Dolphins might beat the Patriots next year.
Okay, so let's say they split the games with the Patriots. That's one win in their way.
They're going to get lucky, and then we're going to get pulverized forever on out until we do something. But no, yeah, I'm sorry. Just winning with the Patriots sounds weird. Like every week we actually have a chance, but I think we might pull one off. For like
the Dolphins are liable to get a victory over a team they're not supposed to be. That's football. That's why we lace them up. That's what we say. That's what we say.
That might be the one that we go all out on. That might be the one they're like, hey guys, we're
Yeah.
doomed. Bring in Shane Falco. You know what I'm saying? But we're going on 4th and 10. We're going on it. Like, I mean, have some fun.
Well, now if you were to just look ahead to other teams, we have Denver, Green Bay, San Francisco, Indianapolis, Minnesota. All those teams at a certain point were fighting for their division. At no point were the Miami Dolphins fighting for their division. So other than Las Vegas and the New York Jets twice, there is no game that I have the Miami Dolphins favored next year. With that being said, why would I waste my time trying to build or develop something when I instead could get 2 fat offensive linemen that are the best, but they're going to be available around pick 15, pick 20. Stack up the trenches and use this year to really just build a tough football team. Offensive line, defensive line, pour all your resources into both of those things. You already have an all-pro caliber running back in Devon Achane. If you were to trade down your picks,
you're stuck at a catch-22 there now, because we're only giving McDaniels 5 games here. So
hopefully less.
So you get what I'm saying. Now we're setting him up for failure anyways. Well, I think we keep McDaniels at no matter what. Next year's a rebuild team. Why spend the money, the resources on the effort, looking for another manager, another head coach right now? Use those resources, use that energy, get the quarterback you need, get the players that you need. You have this whole year to kind of shop around, see what contracts are coming to an end, who wants to come into the NFL. You got a lot of great coaches looking for opportunity as well, trying to get into the NFL. I think it's a good time to do something exciting.
Yeah, so I think you should move on from him, get a young coach who is okay, cool. He loses this entire year, but it's his first year with this roster. Like I said, you build the trenches and then look forward after having a bad 2026 season, but at least you have solid, because if you get solid offensive linemen, solid defensive linemen, that's not going to turn your team. That's not going to gain you 4 more wins, 5 more wins overnight. But that is going to build your trenches. It's the same thing that the Miami Hurricanes did with Mario Cristobal. It's the same thing the Detroit Lions did with Dan Campbell.
Something that can drastically turn around a team if you're looking for like a one-player immediate impact. On defense, you get somebody who is electric on turnovers, somebody who knows how to force the ball over, somebody who's, big interceptions, fumble, middle linebacker, somebody with a big presence on defense can absolutely help turn this game around, because a couple defensive touchdowns, a couple defensive, turnover on downs that will change the momentum of any game.
Yeah, the Miami Dolphins were without a turnover for, I think it was double digits. I think it was like week 10 when they got their first interception.
So we got all this focus on the quarterback. We got all this focus on Mike McDaniels. Yes, we have one of the literal league leading NFL tackler on defense. I think that there's an opportunity here to not only build our offense, but build our defense and find that one guy because on defense, one guy can make all the difference.
Now, we will continue to monitor the situation as a lot of Miami Dolphins questions will be answered in the next 24 hours when Black Monday is upon us. But we're going to take a quick commercial break and come back to break down the Miami Dolphins for the final time this season. Live right here on the Gameday Uncensored. Let's read the sponsor one more time, because
big dog.
The Gameday Uncensored postgame show is brought to you by the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. It offers on select models now through September 2nd. I hope that's updated. Learn more at Lexus.com by Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac. Shop over 22 acres of Cadillacs built for luxury and performance at Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac. Start your game-winning drive today at Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac. EdmoreSawgrassCadillac.com and by JM Lexus. JM Lexus has the best team in the business, a 4.8 Google rating with over 22,000 reviews and counting. JM Lexus, West Sample Road and Margate. More Game Day Uncensored when we come back.
10 out of 10, brother. 10 out of 10.
Hurricanes basketball plays.
Welcome on back to the Tobin. Oh, my bad. Wrong show. I'm covering
Wrong
for.
show there, big guy.
Wrong show. I'm covering for today.
You're
To
doing
the
a great
Game Day
job, by the way.
Uncensored.
I
What?
gotta say, man, you're doing an amazing job.
Thank you, sir. They have called me the songbird of my generation, but I like to refer to myself as a substitute teacher. And I couldn't get it done, of course, without your technological prowess, my friend.
Oh man, honestly, you're giving me too much credit.
And you booked our first guest today. Don't forget.
And an excellent guest at that.
Yes, indeed. My favorite part is when he asked about that list.
Oh my god, why would he do that? He put us on the spot. I feel like we navigated our way out of there. And by list, guys, if you're wondering what he's talking about that famous list everyone's trying to get a hold of, the Dolphins roster next year. What will it look like?
Now, what's interesting is there could be a big update to that based off of a game that just happened right now. As you may be aware, the AFC North and the final spot in the playoffs was up for grabs, and the Baltimore Ravens and Pittsburgh Steelers were facing off to determine who would retrieve that last spot. Now, with 21 seconds left in the game, and the Baltimore Ravens driving for an opportunity to win down by 2 against Pittsburgh, Lamar Jackson throws a 20-yard dot to Isaiah Likely. That likely set up the Baltimore Ravens to win by a field goal. But if we rewind all the way to the offseason, starting kicker for the Baltimore Ravens, Justin Tucker, decided he would rather play a game of handsy-pansy than the game of football, causing the NFL, he got into some legal ramifications with some massage parlors.
Oh, wow.
So therefore, the starting kicker and a Hall of Fame kicker, might I add, Justin Tucker, gets cut from the team. The Baltimore Ravens are forced to pick up kicker Tyler Loop, who has a pretty good season, but with the game and the season on the line, Tyler Loop misses the game-winning field goal. 18 or 19 weeks later, it all comes out to play as the Baltimore Ravens are now eliminated from playoff contention. Lamar Jackson is left to determine what he wants to do in Baltimore, whether they're going to pick up the pieces or not. And Jim Harbaugh, who a lot of people, or is it John? I apologize. John Harbaugh, who a lot of people are saying is on the hot seat in Baltimore, could potentially be on his way out. Why is this relevant to South Floridians who watch their team go down in a blaze of glory? Well, with the Ravens being down, this is the excuse we needed for Lamar Jackson to, quote unquote, like Tobin would say, make a stink.
So what you're saying is there's a chance.
There's a chance Lamar Jackson now, because he made the playoffs, of course, he's going to stay there. Now that he's out of the playoffs, one of the worst outcomes that he's had as a Raven, there's a chance he may make a stink and want to come to Miami. If not him, John Harbaugh may be fired as Ravens head coach and potentially be the new head coach down here in Miami, which would be a good foundation piece, seeing as he is a Super Bowl winning head coach.
I'd love to see it. I think that's exactly what we were talking about earlier when Ramil asked, can McDaniel lead a squad? Does it matter? Does the head coach matter? And a presence like Harbaugh,
that matters.
That matters. It completely changes the standard, I'd say, of expectations.
I agree.
Changes the level of experience. I think Harbaugh has more years in the NFL, around the NFL, and the game of the NFL than McDaniels has as an adult.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. And I want to address something. Lawrence Irvin says, bro, Frog Boy not even trying to look decent on camera. I think I look great.
You look amazing, brother.
I think I look great. You see this
Your good looks and your charm got you this job for sure.
That's really what it is. That's really what it is. Unfortunately, it takes much more than that to be successful in the
As a matter
NFL.
of fact, next time I need you to dress down a little bit. You know, my fiance's watching. You gotta
much.
save some for the rest of us.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm gonna take it mild because anytime all the hot chicks, they're like, oh my god, if only there was like a Dolphins post game show that was like 5 hours late. I really wish that I could just find someone who hosts that. Oh
yeah,
lucky you, ladies. Lucky you. But anyway, the Miami Dolphins, again, season comes to a crashing end. The Baltimore Ravens season comes to an end as well. How will that affect the Miami Dolphins? It's wait and see kind of vibes. Will Mike McDaniel keep his job? Wait and see kind of vibes. Will the Miami Dolphins be able to move themselves from underneath the contract of Tua Tagovailoa? That is what is remain to be seen. It's
Will
a lot
the
of
city of
weight.
Miami ever finish the construction on the Palmetto? These are questions that have been asked for the last 5 years. On like, if you Google the top 3 questions asked in Miami right now, is Tua going to be a Dolphin next year? Is Mike McDaniel going to be head coach? And is the Palmetto ever going to be finished?
What about that stupid little arch they got going on in
Oh,
downtown?
come on. They're telling me they got $400 million in a deficit. According to the Miami Herald, they have a $400 million deficit in the budget, and they don't know where it went. I don't know, man. I see that arc in the middle of the city. This makes me question that. Some of that might have gone there, huh, big dog?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's
Who am I?
the loop-de-loop, guys. You don't think it's the big loop-de-loop we built?
Because that's exactly what Miami needed in our infrastructure
Yeah.
is more stuff,
And they're
more
like, no,
blockage.
should we
our
build?
city, it rains 3 drops and Brickell isn't underwater. Nah, who needs a new pumping system in Brickell? Oh, the streets in Little Havana only fit 1 car at a time. It's all right. Who cares? Who needs that? Oh, there's potholes everywhere. Nah, leave that just as is.
You
But
know
that
what, though?
bridge, though, that bridge.
That is the equivalent of what the Miami Dolphins have done. Oh, we need to solidify someone to block for our quarterback. Yeah, but that cheetah though, he's pretty good. Oh, we need someone to rush the quarterback. Yeah, but that Jalen Ramsey looks good. You know, we always go for the popular name or the high flying flashy thing, and unfortunately, it has bit us in the ass. I'd say
By the
it's
way,
time.
let me backtrack a little bit here before I have like the city of Miami come after me. Look, listen, I'm not saying that anybody is taking funds. I don't know nothing about nothing. I just know it's 38 years, and maybe that's the curse of the Palmetto. Maybe the Dolphins are cursed because you just haven't finished the Palmetto Expressway. But yeah, no, I don't need the government coming after me. I know nothing.
Yes, if you guys are going to come after us and looking for Chico, I'll give you all the information you need.
Just make sure you show up with a quarterback.
Yes, please. Please come bearing a quarterback. Now, before we get out of here for our final episode of the Game Day Uncensored post game,
I'm gonna miss this.
This has been an absolute treat to work our last game. First time Chico and I get to work together on air. I want to apologize in advance for anyone who decided to sit through. But if you didn't have an opportunity to, make sure you catch us on YouTube and Twitch at 1043 WQAM. That is where you can catch us Monday through Friday, the Joe Rose Show, Tobin Leroy Show, the Hockman and Crowder Show. My final, if you had to describe the Miami Dolphins season in one word, Chico, one word, how would you describe the Miami Dolphins season?
Expected.
Oh, so you saw this coming.
I told Dan Day from day one. Dan Day was all hype. Like, don't give up on your Dolphins. I'm like, I didn't. They gave up on me.
Look at that. So you expected this. You would look back at the season like, I expected this.
Yeah, but now the fun begins because I don't know what to expect. I didn't expect them honestly, I didn't think they were going to have it in them to cut Tua.
I am going to put a hyphenated word. If I'm allowed to do so, one word to describe the Miami Dolphins, hyphenated. We have had worse records and worse performances, but with the end of Chris Greer, with the end of the Tua era, with the end of Tyreek, I would say rock bottom. That is what this Miami Dolphins season was to me. Not only because we had one of the worst records in the league and we're one of the worst teams, but because I've really felt like mentally, emotionally, this fan base has reached rock bottom with this era of the Miami Dolphins, and it is time for something completely new.
I couldn't agree more.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to get on out of here.
I'm trying to find the Miami Dolphins fight song. Leave on that. You know,
Miami has a Dolphins, the strangest football team. Will take the ball from goal to goal and commit a penalty
and meet you in your nightmares instead of your dreams. Look, I get it. We should. Are we gonna make a song about this season?
I think it's the only way to
the ups and downs,
to get our emotions out. It would be.
Tell you what, I'm gonna promise you this: before the beginning of next season, for Game Day Uncensored, I'm going to somehow get Marcos into the studio, and we're going to make a recap of the 2025-26 season to remind you of where the Dolphins left us this year, the beginning of next year, and hopefully this holds some accountability and we could give you some smiles.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for rocking with us. This has been the final post-game show of the 2025 season. Chico, thank you for holding things down in studio. You can catch everyone tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. bright and early with Joe Rose. You guys have a wonderful night.
In the wise words of Livon Hernandez, I love you, Miami.
The Miami Hurricanes are in the